I do think this is the time. It permeates. It just allows people to do whatever they want, including this white actress. Her name is Julie Delpy. She has a wish. It's not going to come true, but she can still dream. A girl can dream, can't she? She wants to know what it's like to be African American, an actress in Hollywood of color, so she can complain. Listen.
A few years ago, I said something like that about like the Academy being very white male, which is the reality, and I was like slashed to pieces by the media and stuff. But it's interesting that women can't talk. Like actually, like I sometimes wish I was African American, you know, because I think at least people don't bash them afterwards when they say something, you know, about a reality, which is like, you know, we live in a xenophobic environment, right, not just the you know, not just the Academy, obviously, just the entire world, you know. But like, it's very hard for a woman to open it. I think even hard. I think it's probably the hardest to be a woman because feminists is probably something that people hate above all. Like, I don't think it's nothing worse than being a woman in this business. I really believe it's not. There's nothing worse. Actually, in America, because in France it's fine.
I don't. Is there an agent, a PR person who could have perhaps held up a sign that said,
"Girl, shut up.
Zip it." And I want to put up the pictures. I tell you more about this because you see, this is a resurfaced January 24, 2016 clip showing the actress Julie Delpy saying she wishes she were African American as Wiener-Dog co-star Kieran Culkin cringes. You don't see his face, do you? Very bright, very smart. I'm not part, you're not about to posterize me, is what he's really saying. Okay? I'm just put my head down and let her do what she can ready to do. Suicide. The actress made the comment as she lamented there was nothing worse than being a woman in the entertainment industry while promoting the 2016 Film Festival alongside Danny DeVito, who, I won't use the four-letter word, but he's saying, what the is you talking about? Okay.
Literally everyone is looking at her and trying to communicate telepathically, like, just shut up, just stop talking. Like,
we right before lunch, and this is what you getting ready to say?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like she didn't need to say any of it, really. I mean, it was kind of like, it seemed to me like all of it was like, you didn't even need to go there. She could have even just like talked about her own struggles and maybe some of the things that she's personally overcome. And that would have been fine. Because everybody has personal struggles. Everybody has challenges, especially if you're going to be successful at any type of level. And women do face challenges in this country.
Sure.
But,
and she does have challenges. Yeah, we agree on that.
Yeah.
Sundance.
Apparently more than she may be ready for. But yeah, that was just kind of silly. That was goofy.
It's goofy. It's awkward. I don't have a full frontal of Danny DeVito, but I can tell you his eyes looking at her were telling her, shut up. Shut up.
She's been waiting to say that for years.
Yes, she looked awkward, like she was receiving a signal, but not fully translating it. He wanted her to shut her mouth. Okay? Enough with the Larry David routine. And perhaps it's a skit. I don't know. Okay? It looks like something from a show, but it's real.
With millions watching and many people benefiting from this program called Indisputable, we just need 1% of the viewers to become a paid member so we can continue to bring this content to you. Now back to the show.
After the resurfaced clip started trending on social media, several fans took to the comments to express their disappointment in the 2 days in Paris star. I just saw Julie Delpy's entire statement, and it's worse than I thought, one user wrote on Twitter. She really just erased the struggles that Black women face every day. Page 6 with the reporting. The Before Sunrise star previously apologized in a statement to Entertainment Weekly days after making the controversial comment. It read, "Very sorry for how I expressed myself. It was never meant to diminish the injustice done to African American artists or to any other people that struggle for equal opportunities and rights. On the contrary, all I was trying to do is to address the issues of inequality of opportunity in the industry for women as well. As I am a woman, I never intended to underestimate anyone else's struggle." What Well, you did. You did. Everything you did not intend is exactly what you did. I think you maybe did intend some of it. And I think after that, a group of people, and I picture a delegation of people, civil rights types, and maybe a Wayans brother or two, sat her down and said, you can't say that. Okay?
Yeah.
Here's what you put out, and don't do another interview. Just put it out statement because we can't be trusted. You really don't get it. Maybe D.L. Hughley was part of this. That's just in my mind what I'm thinking to get her all the way together. Her analysis done by Sky News on the Academy Awards. In all 4 acting categories, plus directing, screenwriting, only 61 Oscar wins have been for people from ethnically diverse backgrounds. You can see change with almost half of these wins being in the last decade following #OscarsSoWhite. You see, so we're not just going to bring you the statements. We've done the research. We're going to give you some of the data. 61 sounds like a lot. No, not when you look at the history of the Academy. It's peanuts, minuscule, ethnically diverse too. It runs the gamut. What don't you understand? 7 of these winners have received more than one. Director Alejandro Gonzalez Inarritu has 3. Director Angelique, actor Anthony Quinn, actor Denzel Washington, director Alfonso Cuarón, actor Mahershala Ali, and director Bong Joon-ho have 2. There's your statistics. There it is. 96 years of Academy Award winners, there have only been ever 3 women to win the award for Best Director. Chloe Zhao for Nomadland, 2021, was also the first woman from an ethnically diverse background to win that award. The late Sidney Poitier, first Black man to win the Oscar for leading actor for Lilies of the Field in 1964, 35 years after the awards began. The second, Denzel for Training Day, 40 years after that. So I guess we could give you a black card, let you try it out. But I assure you, it won't be 24 hours before she turns it back in. He will turn it right back in. Smith, as in Will, 2022, who could forget that? Is the last Black man to win the Oscar for Best Actor in a leading role? Forrest Whitaker. So until Will Smith won in 2022, before that it was just Forrest Whitaker, great actor, for The Last King of Scotland in 2006. Is it mandatory that a decade or more has to go by before another Black person can get the award? What are you afraid of what they'll say if they get on stage? You cue that music anyway and drown people out. Last person of color was Rami Malek for Bohemian Rhapsody, 2019. Black women now. This ought to be good. Well, the stats are even more shocking. There's the beautiful one, Halle Berry. She won in 2002. She was radiant. Her role in Monsters Ball was monumental.
She's
73. Yeah, she's good. She just got it going on. I don't think she'll ever lose it.
No, she won't.
One of one. After 73 years of the Oscars, she was the first Black woman to receive the Oscar for Best Leading Actress. And 22 years later, she's still one of one. That ought to make you sick. Maybe there shouldn't be an Academy. If we're supposed to be rewarding great work, great talent, again, it's this whole thing of birthright and what people think is worthy and not. A lot of great talent and the rainbow of colors, but for some reason it took 73 years for it to be recognized. And Halle Berry, we love you, Halle. The acting category with the most Black winners is Best Supporting Actress, 10, including recent champ Yvonne Joy Randolph for The Holdovers, a winner. Analysis conducted by Anscape found there was meaningful impact from the Oscars So White movement back in 2015 as it examined nominations and wins between roles in front of the camera and behind the camera from 2000 to 2020. More data for you. The team has just done an excellent job. And this is why they're here, because they're not just producers, not just about pictures and words, they're investigators. In general, behind the camera roles have a much larger winning percentage than nomination percentage, the analysis showed, for acting. Only once has there been more than one person of color nominated for Best Actress in the same year. Only one person of color has ever won for Best Actor when they were the sole person of color nominated that year. You see this? Do you see what's going on, Julie? Oh, Julie. Landscape reports in the decade and a half before Oscars So White, there were 5 years of films for which no person of color won an Oscar in any of the 8 premier categories, either in front of the camera or behind it. None. The last 6 years are responsible for roughly half of the total number of people of color who were nominated and won Oscars since 2000. People of color nominated for behind-the-scenes work have a relatively high winning percentage. The same pattern holds true in the supporting actor and actress categories, such as that the talented actors of color are disproportionately cast in supporting roles. Do you see? You have to look at the big picture. You can't just present the data, you have to analyze it. But in the 2 main acting categories, Best Actress, Best Actor, people of color have far lower odds of being nominated and winning than their supporting counterparts, with women of color especially underrepresented among both nominees and winners. Despite steady gains over the last decade, people of color remained underrepresented on nearly every industry employment front in 2022. People of color are less than 2 to 1, 21.6% of theatrical film leads, and less than a proportionate representation among total theatrical film actors, 36.1%. National Partnership for Women and Families with the data there. National Partnership research shows Black actresses typically make just 64 cents for every dollar white non-Hispanic actors make. Black women directors and producers make just 68 cents compared to their white non-Hispanic men counterparts. Even though these gaps are within an occupation, they are nearly as large as the overall wage gaps for Black women. Black actresses have continuously spoken out against equal pay for decades, yet Hollywood continues to lowball them, contract after contract. And so let's start there, Jackson. When Taraji just told the truth, she got hit with backlash. I felt like she got hit with backlash from everyone, including people who look like me. Yes, she's making money, and in some cases, a nice sum of money, but it's all relative. If you choose a certain industry and you make it, you have the talent. She's got incredible talent. Why not compare within that industry what she should be making?
Because she should just shut up and be grateful that she's here at all. That's why. Just be grateful and be quiet.
That's what people were saying.
That's all it is.
That's
don't
what
shake
people
up
actually
the pot.
said.
We comfortable. That's all that is. You sometimes you got to shake people out of being comfortable so that they can do stuff. But I have to say this, okay? Denzel absolutely deserved that Oscar because I hated his character in that movie. Oh, he played that character so good. I hated him so much.
Yeah.
Maybe one of them. I hate his character. Now I'm thinking about it. But lastly, Julie saying that like her experience is worse than a Black person's experience honestly would be like me equating my Black experience to a dark-skinned person, as if I'm not light-skinned, 6'6" and beautiful. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like that.
You can say that, by the way.
That kind of honestly, that nullifies. In a lot of ways, that nullifies because I'm like a sex symbol to people. You know what I mean? So, but it's true.
Get ready to cut his mic.
It was just but it's the truth though. Just in terms of like my experience is not the same as somebody who's dark skinned and maybe doesn't look or isn't as tall or whatever. You know what I mean? Like
America has a certain perspective, a certain standard that's not inclusive of everyone.
Yeah. So that's all I was getting at. You know what I'm saying? Like it would be ridiculous for me to pretend like my experience is the same.
For you to pretend that you're not sexy, get the hell out of here, right?
No, I'm like, really you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying.
I mean what I say. right? Have several seats because we're going to speak the truth on this program. Doc does, and we lead by example, right? We're going to speak the truth. And you're absolutely right. That's how crazy it would be, okay? She said something about it, France, and she needs to go. And I don't usually tell people go back where you came from because I've gotten that too many times. I'm staying right here, unless I choose to go somewhere else. But she needs to go on back to France, okay? Or she needs to get with the program and understand some things. I'd love for her to sit with Viola Davis. Who else could I put her with? Jennifer Lewis. I think I choose her. I actually think I choose Jennifer Lewis. And let's lock them in a room together so they can get plenty of education going. And you just better listen up. It's outrageous. I'll give you the last word, Jackson. I was less offended by, I was just like watching a car crash. Again, the Danny DeVito. I don't know if we
He was looking at her like,
that was crazy.
He was like, and then the other guy was just sitting there like, oh.
Yeah.
Because she just kept going. It was like she opened the can slowly and she could have just stopped, but she just kept peeling it back.
Put the lid back on,
like,
girl.
I'm here now. You know what I'm saying? Like I done got this far. I can't stop. Yeah, that was silly.
Wow. It's
she's
just a
gonna
train wreck.
have to sleep in that bed that she
Yes.
made.
No, ma'am. You sit down. Okay, sit down.